Hey, my friend, Career Coach Andy here, helping you build a career you love. Today I got a great video on how to improve your job search production. So becoming more productive in your search. And I was inspired to give you this video because a couple of weeks ago, a member of my job search coaching program, one of my boot campers, Cisco, had asked me during one of our group coaching sessions about how do I allocate my time and energy to get more and better results, because he wanted to know, based on all the activities that you perform, not only which one should I be doing in the right proportions, but also he was feeling guilty about not spending every waking moment working on certain activities. So he'd asked me this question, and I'm going to play you the clip from our conversation, which is about 8 to 9 minutes. But before I get into that, I want to stress a couple things when it comes to your job search. Not all activities are created equal. So first thing, in anything that you do in your life, if you want to be productive, you've got to work on the right activities, and then allocating the right amount of time and the right amount of effort to the different activities is also going to help you become more productive. So for anybody that's followed me, you know how I feel about the applicant trashing system, right? The ATS or career portals that companies have, their websites where they ask you to submit your resumes, where I don't think that's a very valuable use of your time. You might say, well, Andy, I need to apply in order to get the job. Well, maybe yes and maybe no. But anybody who's spent a lot of time putting their resume into those systems know that that's probably not a great use of your time. So first thing is, what are those activities that you should be focusing on? How much time should you be focusing on them? Or should you be even thinking in terms of time as opposed to quotas, outputs, those kinds of things? So I'm going to share that in the video. I'm going to explain all of that to you. I'm also going to give you, an insight into my life and how I look at short-term, mid-term, and long-term activities, and how I would apply them to your job search to get better results faster, but also get a longer-term benefit. And if you do enjoy the video, please make sure to click that like button, subscribe, so that you can get my new videos every Tuesday and my live office hour shows on Thursday. And one last thing I want to mention is, because you're watching this, I think I'm releasing this on October 25th, which is a Tuesday, but starting October 31st, Monday, October 31st, and running straight through to November 4th, that is the ultimate in improving your job search productivity. It's my job search challenge, which I've been running for 5 years. And it's new and updated for 2022 and 2023. It's a free 5-day event. We'll be live a couple of hours a day, every day, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., Monday through Friday, October 31st to November 4th. And I'm going to show you exactly which activities I would focus on, how I would view the job search, what I would do each day, what are the activities that are going to lead to great results. So I hope you can join me for that as well. But in the meantime, take in this clip from me and Cisco and the other boot campers to help you get started on improving those job search results, getting more interviews, and ultimately leading to the job offer that you want. All right, I'll see you at the end of the video. Time management routine when job searching is key. As we all know, networking, boss hunters, etc. will need to take a significant chunk of our time, but I have always found myself saying, once I get an offer, I'll take the extra couple of weeks to attend to all the life stuff I want to do. How do you recommend we balance our time and energy? I often feel guilty for not spending all my time on feeding the funnel versus reading industry research and so forth that has an actual measurable, deliverable thoughts. I'm going to offer up how I go about my life, okay? Now I want follow the parallel here, okay? So Cisco's, okay, let's say Cisco's not working, or he's working, or you're working or not working. And if you're not working, you should be spending all this time trying to get your next job, and you feel like, well, isn't that more valuable? Because once I get a job, then I'm getting paid, and so on. Okay? Okay. Andy guy. 90% of what I do is free to the world. Some of it's short-term free, some of it's mid-term free, and some of it's long-term free, right? Okay, so I write a digest every Tuesday, or Tuesday and Thursday, or whatever. I got a free workshop, we got a free whatever. Okay, And all that stuff's immediate, and I do it every week, right? That's like reading or you training up or whatever. I'm communicating, building a relationship with you. Then there's the paid stuff like this, right? And then there's the book I'm writing that won't be out for 18 months. Right, okay, so there's what I do is recognizing that everything is important to my work life, my business, my personal health, my whatever, and that all things will contribute to my success. I think longer term. Now, I understand some of you are like, Andy, hang on, I can't put food on the table. All right, well, if you can't put food on the table, your priority is you don't stop boss hunting, networking, and whatever, and you spend your whole day, because that is so important to you that you cannot afford to do the other things. All right, that's if you're going extreme. But there's also a burnout element to that when you do it, you're saturating yourself, not to mention you're probably getting bruised. So what I do is I look at every week, every month, and every quarter. I look at it all together, all the time, every day, and I make sure that every single day I have activities that are short-term, mid-term, and long-term, and I have activities that do certain things that make me practice speaking, writing email style, writing book style or blog style. I spend time coaching, so having one-to-one relationships. And I got news for you. The one-to-one, wait, hold on, don't take this the wrong way. The one-to-one coaching sessions, in terms of the dollars to the business, they take up time, right? It's been an hour with you, and then an hour with you, and then an hour with somebody else. That's a 4.5 hour block or so. That isn't nearly as financially rewarding as 10 people buying the program, right? I could spend more time not doing those things, except that when I look at the overall lifestyle I want to create for myself, who I am as a coach, and what skills I want to build and what value I want to contribute, and also what makes me a better teacher, it's worth building those personal relationships, getting these stories I can share with you, validating that I am in tune with what's happening in the world all over, like all these things. So I start my Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, and I look at the next week. So Cisco, it's Friday, Saturday, or Sunday for you. So this weekend, you're going to look Monday through Friday next week. You're going to say every single day. I worked with somebody last week. We did this exact thing for him, job seeking. I said, here's how you do it. This is exactly what I taught. I don't know if Ernie's here. So the night before, you look at your the weekend before, you look at your entire week. You figure out, for the week, I'm going to have a quota. Let's just say, I just make these numbers up, and these can change depending on the amount of time you have to dedicate to your search. Let's say it's 15 outreaches. That's my quota. That's my number. All right. Now, you can do 3 a day, 3 a day, 3 a day, 3 a day, and have it done by 8:30. Then you can say, all right, then I'm going to give myself an allocation of time to research people to network with. That's just researching people to network with. Valuable activity, but I'm going to do it between 8:30 and 9:30. And then the clock stops. Bang, and I'm done. Deliverable done. That's that deliverable that day. Then I'm going to make 10 phone calls, and I'm going to call all these people. Every single day, I'm going to have 5 people I call. That's the slot. That's when you make the call. Sometimes they're going to pick up, sometimes they're not. If you're done early, you move on to the next thing. And so I have a blend of quota-driven stuff, and I have a blend of kinds of stuff. I have when it's due, like it's due today, or it's due this week, or it's something I need to expedite for next week, and so on. So I look at all of these things. Now, I don't know if you are in my productivity training course, but I outline this with slides, details. I show you the columns. I show you how I move stuff. I show you exactly in nauseating detail how I do what I just described. But you're looking at and you're working by the clock and the deliverable, not the to-do list. So you can't see this because it's probably blurred out because of the camera. There's multiple columns on this side of this book, which is an open page, and this is all open too. This side here has 3 columns. One says that it has to be done this week. One says I have to expedite it because it'll be next week or in the next 3 weeks. And the other column says this is the stuff that all needs to be done every single week. the Tuesday digest, the Tuesday video, the Tuesday, Friday podcast. So what, all that stuff gets double checked, right? And then what happens is on this section here, it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, everything that I know, I already know. I have 2 coaching sessions tomorrow. Whatever. I have 3 coaching sessions on Monday, plus the team status, plus the service guy coming, plus whatever. Okay, well, I have to make sure that the Tuesday digest, like everything is calendar driven. And so for you, it's, I have 3 bus hunts that day. I have 3 bus hunts that day. Okay, well then there's an activity the day before that says make sure you know who they are. Make sure you package up the covers and the emails or whatever so that when you wake up and roll out of bed, bang, it goes out. And one of the best things that y'all can do for yourself, for those of you that are unemployed, that are searching full-time, is do quotas, is success each day, control the controllables. I can research, I can craft my resume, cover letter, all that stuff, like a lot of that is only done once, and then tailor it, whatever, and then I can send my 3 out, and that's victory for the day. Then everything else is focused on making my next day victorious, and so on. So, and then I, like when the book contract gets signed, I know that's 1 to 2,000 words per day. I don't care what it looks like. Someday it's going to be Hemingway, and someday it's going to be crap. 1 to 2,000 words, that's it. Got to write it. So every single day, that's 14,000 words a week. The book's done in however many weeks, kind of thing. So that's how I meant. I hit the quota, victory. I did the thing, victory. I moved that along, victory, right? And like, that's how I'm constantly doing it. If y'all are don't have the productivity challenge, then you do one of a couple things if you really want it. Get in the leadership program on the annual basis. If you don't want to do that, email Kara at support, and I think we charge, I think it's like $397 or something. If you just want the productivity challenge, which is really, really good, we'll give you some really great rate if you want, because you all should be able to operate your day this way. You should. I hope that helped.